How can you make a busy road quieter? The City of Tucson has been checking the noise on Grant Road and figuring out whether it will need to try to cut noise on the road after a major widening project makes it even busier. KGUN-9 on your sides. Craig Smith is along the road with more on whether the city will take steps to hush traffic on Grant.
Now, we actually brought out our own, shall we say, inexpensive decibel meter to have our own look at what we're getting out here. Right now, we're seeing about 77 decibels, 77 to 80 when traffic is passing by, about 67 in the slow spots. It's fair to assume the city used something a little more precise than this when they took their own measurements to decide if they legally needed to reduce the noise here. An ambulance on Grant kicked our decibel meter to about 100 decibels, but average traffic was much lower. Grant Road carries about 30,000 cars a day now, but for sound estimates, the city looked 20 years ahead for an estimate of 46,000 cars adding noise to the neighborhood.
The noise levels were between 55 and 60 decibels. You and I having this conversation right now is about 60 decibels. So it's a conversation at about 3 feet.
When people think of killing road sound, they tend to automatically think of walls. This is a little bit different than a sound deadening wall. It's a residential wall and lower than a wall you'd use to muffle the road sound. But just out here, outside the wall, about a block from Grant, we're getting decibel readings in the high 70s, pushing 80. While inside the wall, we're seeing decibel readings in about the 65 decibel range. Grant Road project engineer Beth Abramovitz says future sound estimates are low enough. The city does not plan to add features to cut the sound. To keep a promise to a neighborhood, the city does plan to use special rubberized pavement to reduce tire noise between Park and Santa Rita. Even fresh conventional pavement recently laid down helped the noise on Grant.
We had vibration problems and busted water lines, and we couldn't get anybody in the city to do anything about it, and we all know that the pothole situation on Grant Road was way overdue.
Now, the sound deadening walls can actually create some problems according to the city. They become graffiti magnets, for one thing. They can cut light into the neighborhoods, cut the views into the neighborhood, and they can keep the police from getting the views they need to keep an eye out in a neighborhood and avoid situations where burglars can easily hide. Reporting live, Craig Smith, KGUN-9 on your side.
Thanks, Craig.